Profesor, buenas noches. Primero,
Coach, good evening. Congratulations for your result. Can you imagine a game with such vicissitudes, with so many situations that you have to look at? And we talked about yesterday that the possibility could go to penalties, and in the end, Panama was able to classify for the final. What is your analysis on the balance of it all? Good evening or good afternoon? I don't know anymore. Let's see. The game against the United States could go from one side to the other. It could be one or the other. We knew how they were going to play, how we had to play against them. In the first portion, we were quite good. The last 20 minutes in the first part, we managed to dominate the game. The second half, we lost a little bit of our strength with the ball, and then football. We get to the penalty phase that is said that everything is practiced. We practiced, and it was fatal. Even there were more errors than than goals. So at the end, you can practice a lot, but today, the desire and our will made Panama go to the finals. Good afternoon, Coach Ricardo Casa for TEDMAC, CNA. Congratulations. And based on that, you are 90 minutes from getting the most important title of recent football history. How are you taking this, and how do you recover the group to go against Jamaica or Mexico? We have to take it in the same way in which we've come to the semifinals today. We talked about it was the second semifinal in 3 weeks that Panama has played, and that doesn't happen every year. And today was the moment to take advantage, to get to the end, to get to the final, which is the dream of all Panamanians, the coaching staff, the players, the fans, the people who helped the team. They all deserve this win today. It was very hard, but it is the best. That's when it is the best. Good evening, Elsa Catacos, Panama, coach. You, player, at your time, how can you describe the history of what happened today with Ivan Anderson, who comes in at the end because of a injury, and he made the advantage, and he advantaged Panama? And how do you see the locker room for this team that is going to the final? Ivan Anderson, we didn't call anybody that we don't believe that they don't have the capacity to play. He has come into a game and in a semifinal for the Gold Cup. And the truth is, he has responded wonderfully. And we count with all the players. We count on all the players. We have the example 2 years ago. We called Blackwood after COVID, after Cecilio had COVID, and he played all the games. And he was a starter and he scored. So it's ideas that you have within the trainings, how they're doing. And today I wanted to repeat the alignment for the good work and the dedication that they had against Qatar. And I'm very happy with all the players, all those who came in the second half, and the support, the morale that we got, the people from outside to the people who were working in the field. And the truth is, it's going to be hard to recover, because if I'm completely exhausted, I can't imagine the players. Tony Sanchez from San Diego, congratulations for your to go to the great final. A very good day for Panama. What would you like to see again from this team that has been very united, and what have you liked about this team? And this game was very difficult. We knew that it was going to be almost impossible to win against the United States. They're at home. with their fans with them. But the few hopes that we had on our side, we had to take them with faith and some illusions. That's when we won the game and some dreams. Some things that I want the team to do, what they've done till now. It has been good soccer on Panama's side. Proposals. There are a lot of times that they had the control of the game, generating opportunities, and we've also improved in the defense also. So, in general, if we take all this to the final, we can dream a bit. Good afternoon, Tomas. Congratulations above all. Did you have goals? You've gotten another one against the final. Who do you want to win against? Who likes Thomas Christiansen? Do you like Jamaica or Panama or Mexico? I'm sorry. What I say is going to be the opposite for sure. I'm not going to say it. We have to think in ourselves. We have to recover well. We have won, but we want to go all the way. We want to go to get a title for Panama who deserves it, and that's what we're doing. Coach Sebastián Ferrero, the sports. We've talked about what we have worked, what we have improved in this Gold Cup. I want to know, what do you think we need to work for the final? Because we know that the second half, we saw 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is a bit disorganized, but I would like to know what the team is going to work to get to that final. Since we have two teams in one game, we look at how things are going to go according to our criteria. And the United States has such individual qualities and collective quality that are difficult in a lot of situations. They cause doubts in our game, which is normal. And when you have a problem, you have to look for a solution to those problems. We have tried it, and we try to look for it. Sometimes it's gone right, sometimes it's not. But like I said, with work and with the ideas that we've shown and that we've practiced in all these games is what we have to do toward the end, toward the final. Natalia Alvarez, ESPN, I would like for you to talk about of the emotional evolution, the maturity of the team to get into situations at the 90 minutes and then to the final. I think like we were not so on point in the Nations League. We played against very big teams. We've been growing in the soccer and the aspect of the game. And if you grow this way, you get a little bit more confidence. The mechanics, the plays that we want to accomplish become fresher. And repetition, there's habits. And that is why the confidence of the players continues to grow little by little. Right now, if you go to the locker room, they're in the air, they're in the clouds, and that is why we're there to bring them down. It's sad because it's a day to enjoy, and it would taste bad to reduce or to lower their happiness. Thomas, good evening, good afternoon. Carlos Merlo for Antorcha Deportiva of Guatemala. Today, the Central American press believes that Panama is the team in Central America. I know that you're getting a lot of pressure, but I think so. I played a game for Guatemala, and we played against Panama. We went 5-3. Today is completely different. Panama is a big team. How do you feel about that pressure, and how do you deal with that pressure this weekend? Thank you for your words. It's very flattering for Panama, but I prefer not to think about that. We're Panama. We're going to go step by step. and we will give our best in every game. If it's enough to win a title, welcome. But we're going to be down to the ground with our feet on the ground. But thank you for your words. Good afternoon. Uh, Oscar Funes from Tivo Sports from Honduras. A little bit what Carlos said recently, because in Panama, maybe you value about, you talk about, not only in Central America, but in the United States and in Mexico. What is the key to seeing this Panama? Because generally in our countries, when you have a process that doesn't work and you don't go to the World Cup, everything breaks and you go to zero. You didn't. You maintained. You maintained the idea, and now, as you can say, you do 3 semifinals in 3 weeks, and you have a final after 10 years in the Gold Cup. What does that do to? Soccer is like results, like I said in a press conference, I don't know, after or before one of those, the support that we've had from the Federation. I think that there's been a very important evolution in the game's model and the model of the game that we have seen from the team in the last few years. We have advanced a little bit more with system changes. Now we manage more registrations, more registers. That is positive. But above all is to have the confidence of the people, the trust of the people and the Federation in this case. It was a decision. It was sad not to go to the World, but I don't want to say that we failed, because we did very good things. We did things very well, some things very well, and perhaps that will bear fruit now. Ricardo Jimenez, Univision San Diego. I was listening that the rival and the final is not as important, but you had a pressure of fans, 34,000 fans against the for the United States, and Los Angeles against Mexico. How are you going to prepare your group against this pressure? It's very difficult, very, very difficult. The good part is that there are a lot of mechanisms that we know by heart, and that perhaps for the game we're going to have stops so that we don't feel so much pressure. But this is what we saw today. Today, playing not at home, and it's going to be the same if it's Mexico, of course. If it's Jamaica, we could be balanced, perhaps, but we'll see.
We open the virtual conference. So, Ramon Cortez, you can make your question, please.
Buenas noches, profe Ramón Cortés de Arizona.
Good evening, Arizona Deportiva, Ramon Cortés. Great congratulations for your work with Panama and going to the final. And a moment in that very special play where you have the goal from an offside that it was very tight. A hand that was not revised, but doesn't looking in the bar, went through your head. And what did you use? What did you tell the kids on the players on the field at that time? Thank you. I saw it from the sideline, from the side. It was difficult. It was complicated. They checked it through images, if there was or not. What is true is that we had to continue. We didn't get 2 goals for hands or for offside, but the team was strong, was firm. They did, and we attempted to try another one during the game, because thinking with the euphoria of having scored once and having it annulled, sometimes the player can go down, can lose their can go down mentally, emotionally, because what it means to have a goal against the score against the United States, which is very few times that you get to do it, and you do it, and then they disallow it. Your emotions go down, of course, but the players were very good. We've had to support them as much as possible to get the last little bit of strength from them to be able to get to that end, to the finals. Jose Oruco? Jose Oruco? Jose Oruco. Ask your question. Good afternoon. From Agenda Football, congratulations above all, coach, for this big win. Panama is very euphoric. Talk to us a little bit from like David, who was a little bit touched, was a little bit injured. Who? Eric Davis. Yes. Let's hope that there's not very many. I haven't been able to play with the players because of that great effort. Eric A. Davis is, of course, is very exhausted and something in his muscular, but I don't think it's an injury. I think it's just being tired from having played so many games. Let's remember that they're coming without playing with his team. He has managed to do it here in the team, and we've had a lot of good from Eric. And that effort and his dedication, he wanted to stay in on the field, but we thought it was better to put somebody who was fresh that could help 100%.
This is the final for the press conference, and congratulations, sir, coach, for the being in the final.
¡Vamos!